wanna get into it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bow down one.
It was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers.
Robbie Gould kicking off for San Francisco.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this out to the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
He's brought down.
That one good for 37 yards.
A gain of 30.
Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game. And I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercise before this one, and they're paying off.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 38. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Now this time, Garoppolo will throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bobby Wagner, multiple times an All-Pro, in there to drop him for a loss. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he's got this down to the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. Now, these two rivals played two of the better games in the NFL a season ago. You remember Week 17, it was Dre Greenlaw stopping Jacob Hollister at the 1 to preserve a 26-21 49er win. And that wound up both winning them the NFC West and earning them the #1 seed. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
65, 65, 65, 65. Kill.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was excellent downfield. I think he was more throwing that football away than anything else.
Yeah, absolutely, because everywhere you looked, they were covered.
Sometimes it's better to go ahead and be convinced that there's no place to fit in the football than to go ahead and force it and turn it into a bad play.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a handoff looking right. After the broken tackle, couldn't get free for much space, taken down right at the 10. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll try and run for it. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Able to convert on 4th to bring up 1st and goal. That's a big 3 yards right there. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Niners 7, Seahawks nothing. For San Francisco.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. Yeah. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
13.
Back to the air on second. It's Garoppolo. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold. on to that one, and it's third down.
Incomplete. Brings up third down and 10.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
First and 10.
Bear in mind they had 2 interceptions last week, but that was in 4 quarters. They've got 2 here in the first quarter alone.
And the unsung people in this streak, the pass rushers, because most of the time, they're the ones that affect things in the pocket for a quarterback, trying to throw the football, rushing them, getting them off their spot, harassing them, and that allows the defensive backs, the linebackers, to swoop in and make the picks downfield.
And they're swooping. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. In on the stop, it was Travarius Moore.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Score Niners 7, Seahawks nothing.
On third down, Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory.
Tyler Lockett.
A big play there on the catch and run. 71 yards.
First down.
So a slight improvement in field position, you might say, from inside their own 10 to this as they come up on first down. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. And he coughed it up.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown.
DK Metcalf.
DK Metcalf, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
The game at 7. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, but he opted for the touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all.
And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Seahawks 14, 49ers 7.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
24-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
28-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Well, they intercept Garoppolo for the 3rd time. Picked up by DJ Reed. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously in hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 21-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6. They've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by DJ Reed. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Wilson's pass.
Well, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call.
And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
3-yard line.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo.
Looking for Ayuk, and he's got him.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
7 yards, the pickup there.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 on the Seahawks' 48-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 27 yards there, a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Garoppolo on first down. Flush to his right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for.
That'll bring up 2nd down.
Ray certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, check. Mike 56,
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now.
Makes the score Seahawks 21, 49ers 14. Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson, and he completes it to Hunt. It's a gain of 7, and they're going to face a 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Ayuk. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 19 yards there on the pickup. And it'll move the chains.
36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he'll be pulled down as a penalty flag will rein in as well, and that would appear to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by DJ Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 3-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Now Wilson down around his goal line. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down.
Gain of 15.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Maybe the threat of Russell Wilson running the football there and him handing it off opened a little bit of a lane.
It does, and what also helps, his unselfishness. Because he's not a quarterback who's going to take it every time and pull it from the running back and keep it. He will hand it inside when the reads are correct.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Now Wilson. That one is caught by Hunt. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, 1st round went to the offense, 2nd round the defense.
Down.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the 1st. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. On 1st down, Wilson. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. And he'll give it here to his running back. And look at this. For the second straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And it's 3rd down.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Wilson. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
Complete.
Equanimous St. Brown. His second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14.
28. 49ers 14. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
6-yard line.
They run out of the shotgun with Mostert.
Matt Judon there to bring him down.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From the 41, Garoppolo. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Deebo Samuel, 41 yards. And the 49ers are back within a score. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21.
Seahawks 28. 49ers 21. Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Fielded in the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 2nd and 5 now. Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. We'll try to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Incomplete. It's 3rd down. And 5 yards to go.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the shotgun, Wilson. He's got his tight end Fant. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now here in Santa Clara.
21.
It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. And final quarter.
Sometimes I need a check, not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. Sneaky chain, name, how about your respect? Give them more than when I get expected up the back. In fact, I sat down with my accountant. He said I got good news and I got bad news. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lot. I said, what's the bad news? The bad news is you spent more.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. On 1st down, Hunt. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Operating from the gun, Wilson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Check, block 54, block 54. Yeah, let's get sack lunch. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. White. Squeeze double up. Check 31, check 31. 11.
They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
29 yards.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
And to give this time to the tailback. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Well, sometimes, Brent, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big third down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. First down, San Francisco to pick up 14 yards.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Flushed out right. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Complete to Deebo Samuel. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 25-yard line.
65.
To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo.
And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert.
It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That one goes for 24 yards.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Gold to add the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th.
28 all. Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away.
Taken in at the 3. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Javon Kinlaw, the big D tackle there to bring him down.
And 7.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
Here's Wilson. This is the tight end Fant. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he'll wind up picking up about 4, as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
2nd and 6 at the 47-yard line.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command and make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Now here's Michael Dixon. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there and handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
21.
To throw is Garoppolo. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
33-yard line.
21.
Now Garoppolo. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
65. 13.
Garoppolo to throw. And right back to Kittle. This time he's got it. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. A couple of 1st downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Back to throw, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that one. He read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Going for Hurd on the deep ball. And this is going to be intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Intercepted by the Seahawks. They'll take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Wilson to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this one is incomplete. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and that'll bring up second down. On the run, this is Hunt. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
The ball carrier.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Now a handoff as they run left side. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
What can Garoppolo do now with his drive? This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
49er.
Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Running out of the wide.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now this time Garoppolo will throw. Catch is made by Hurd. A little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get it to one of your guys in space. If he makes someone miss, that could turn into the big play you're looking for.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Garoppolo to Ayuk. First down 49ers. Running the counter with Mostert. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Mostert, the ball carrier.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 43. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
10 at the 43-yard line.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Play action. Garoppolo.
He'll get this into the hands of Mostert.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 11 more on that one and another first down. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Boy, what would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Garoppolo going to give to Mostert.
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Touchdown. Part of a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the 49ers, that's now 5 wins on the campaign as they get the job done here. They will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sport.
Irresponsible without your money or not. Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hands on the clock. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hands on the clock. Come like a bat of the hell, I dare you to cross like a reverend. And my energy paralyzed, I'm like I'm finger 11. Take a second, I'm finna send it like a parent a message. You the best, if it ain't me, then you need you a confession. You a mess. You ain't scary to me. I heard you was a leader, but that ain't apparent to me. Put dust on you like cheetah, run up down the air in the scene. I feel just like Vegeta Prince, and I'm an heir to the seat. I mean, for real. Touch the driver's soft, so I don't even grab the wheel. That's on my chest, but it don't mean the man is stealing. Mean I'm walking with some money, man. I mean a couple mil. Ew, think you need a meal. You ain't even eating while I'm feasting in the field. That's why I'm always teasing, cause I feel like Uncle Phil. And all this losers think the freshman ain't half the man as well. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hands on the clock. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hands on the clock. Just like the hands on the clock, I go back to back when I'm doing numbers. All the mad that I'm dropping the bus, so they threw me under. Heard they mad, they don't wanna bust, so they boo each other. Think that they're the winning team, go losing, then they choose another. And that's okay, cause I'm competing with me, not you. I live with blessings like I can't stop sneezing, not you. I hate to break it, but me and myself top 2. I blow away the competition like a bowl of hot soup. And there's no catch. I go and get the bag and I'm not bringing it back. I'm like a down QB, I put the pain in the past. And if you ever had a problem, promise I didn't ask. So it's 4-4-4 in the car, my dash. I shake a big, told them all, you went first, you last. Little boy, that's facts. I'ma grow that cash to my money. You know what? Let me stop.
I heard a flare gun, I'm ready to race. No, I don't fear none, I'm stuck in my ways. They say I'm the chosen one, to see it in my face. Get this one and I'm holding on, I can't be replaced. I just take a sip, but it's spit, we on track for the win. Celebrate the win again, celebrate the win again. Take a sip, but it's spit, we on track for the win. Celebrate the win again, celebrate the win again. Yeah, the sun can't touch me, got a brand new visor, yeah. Your friend's smart, but my bud's wiser, yeah. Get the job done like the equalizer. And I'ma grab another drink, cause tonight I'ma die like Michael Phelps. Hey, diving in this pool, I don't know what we have. Hey, I'm just telling you the truth. I heard a flare gun, I'm ready to race. No, I don't fear none, I'm stuck in my ways. They say I'm the chosen one, to see it in my face. Get this one and I'm holding on, I can't be replaced. I just take a sip, but it's spit, we on track for the win. Celebrate the win again, celebrate the win again. Take a sip, but it's spit, we on track for the win. Celebrate the win again, celebrate the win again. Get it triumphant, let's bump it. Don't mind me seizing the moment, energy up my body burning. And my stomach keep up tight, stop moving, I can't control it. On my last breath and I can't hold it, you gotta give it all I got. This for the ones that think I'm joking. This for real, lightweight bust off half a. Yeah, I'm sweating, babe, must be all them happy meals. I don't know how happy feels, but damn, I'm tryna find. Just say I got sex appeal, I think it's cause I work. Got a gun, I'm ready to race. No, I don't fear none, I'm stuck in my way.